officers, we have a really great strategy for you today that you don't want to miss. But we got to get into this first. Realtors, your nemesis, well, they're at it again. And of course, we're talking about Zillow. You see, quietly, has Zillow just axed their old CEO and they got a new one. Now, why would they do that? Well, if you think about it for just a couple of seconds, why would anybody axe their CEOs, and why would they ever get a new one? Because there's only one reason, and it's what drives every single corporation in the world. It's the only thing that corporations thirst for. It's what addicts would call an overwhelming craving. What is that they want? All corporations? They want more. That's it. They want more and more and more. So how are they going to do it with their new guy, Jeremy Wacksman? Well,
so Richard Barton is out and Jeremy Wacksman is in. These opportunities include the continued rollout of the Zillow Housing Super App, along with integrated consumer and agent partner experiences across the country. Wacksman will also be tasked with increasing the, quote, breadth of the company's market coverage and the depth of its transaction penetration within those markets, while growing its rental and mortgage businesses.
So they want to grow their rental and mortgage businesses because they're not really going anywhere. But what did he say? I got to tell you, the depth of their penetration, just kind of threw that in at the end. You know what people do when they have shit they don't want to tell you because they know it's going to piss you off or it's at odds with wherever you're at? They just always throw it in like there's just nothing to it. It's kind of like an afterthought. And that's exactly what new Zillow CEO Wacksman did on his earnings call with a statement that Joanna just read. What did he do? He had to say what he was going to do, but all the while he doesn't want to let you know on to what he's really going to do. See, we had to figure out his BS because, we have the super app and, we got to increase the breadth of the coverage of these companies and increase our footprint with rent and all that stuff. But what did he throw in there just kind of at the end that he kind of hopes you would overlook? The depth of our transaction penetration. Note he said our transaction penetration, not you, the real estate agent's transaction, but Zillow's transaction, right? They carefully script these words. Those words kind of sound more like an assault than a corporate strategy, doesn't it? But then again, isn't what Zillow's been doing more or less an assault on what you do for a living? Going after you? To what depth do they need to penetrate their transactions? Oh, your transactions? I'm not sure. Think about this for a second. I'm serious about this stuff.
Zillow has failed to effectively penetrate the real estate industry. Zillow has failed to penetrate the mortgage industry. Zillow has not failed to penetrate the Zillow buyer's agent market. Now have they? Premier agents, right? So when Wacksman says they want to increase their penetration into the depths of their transactions, they're talking about coming after your commissions again. And the best way to do that is to do it without you.
Okay, so in closing, CEO Spencer, we failed, so oust him. Richard Barton, CEO, failed, so oust him. And I guess in comes Wacksman to do what? I guess improve the depth of their transactions. It's kind of like Cheech and Chong said, things are tough all over. However, loan officers, things are coming around for you, aren't they? Now, here's where our great strategy comes in, so I don't want you to miss it. According to Optimal Blue, the pricing engine, refinance demand is the highest it's been in 2 years. It's good news. Imagine after the next Fed meeting what's going to happen. It's going to get even better. And we all know this, right? And I'm not telling you anything you don't know. So where is the little pitch, the little angle where you could succeed as a loan officer? And this is kind of what we do at Cap Direct.
Government loans through the FHA and VA also gained market share and now account for about 31% of the market. But non-conforming loans, including jumbo and non-QM products, saw their share shrink by 107 bips to 12.4% of the market.
Of course, Joanna's talking about refinances, and of course, it stands to reason that non-QM is going down because a lot of those are going to have one-year prepays on them, which is why you get better pricing. But the real takeaway here, guys, is that FHA, VA, your Govy deals right now, they're just taking over the refinance market. That's going to continue to happen. So that's exactly where you want to spend your time. Now, this conversation that I'm having right now, this is the low-hanging fruit conversation that we always tell you to stay away from. Well, right now, I'm going to say take it. The low-hanging fruit. Take it all. That's the strategy. Let me explain. Talk to your title companies and get a list of VA and FHA folks who closed purchase money deals within 50 miles of you over the past couple of years. Not even if you didn't close those deals, especially if you didn't close those deals. Why? Well, it's a real simple strategy here. When they closed, they had a realtor and they had a lender. You get to pick off your competition's database. You, by making these calls, get to replace the purchase money lender by befriending this client that they had within the past couple of years. Of course, in the conversations on the refinance, ask how the whole purchase transaction went. Ask about the real estate agent. Get to know all you can. And then you call that real estate agent right up and introduce yourself. You say, hey, Brian Stevens over here, Cap Director, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, I'm working with one of your clients you closed the last couple of years ago. He said you were absolutely wonderful to work with and how great the whole transaction was. And it really made me want to reach out and introduce myself to you and just say, hey, listen, if your clients are speaking that highly about you, my God, you would be great for me to work with. And I want to tell you some things that I do that my competition doesn't. One of them is I call all my closed clients. And what I'm going to do in subsequent conversations is speak with people I closed with real estate agents. And I'm going to make sure I tell them how wonderful that real estate agent is. The process of doing this, I ran across you. I just wanted to reach out and tell you more about the strategies that we can offer. Something like that.
With this strategy, it's more than a paycheck from low-hanging fruit. It's a marketing strategy to permanently improve your business.
Subtle, obvious, but the question is, did you think of it? I don't think so. You see, that's what we do over here at Cap Direct. We all get together, we crowdsource in ways nobody else does. You see, it's so easy to observe the obvious. It's the nuance that gets you the deal. It's a refinance market right now. I should do something about it. That's obvious. It's another thing entirely to say it's a refinance market and I can make money with my marketing. Where is the opportunity and how can I effectively change the trajectory of my business without adding time to my day by simply changing words in the conversations that I should already be having? This is one of many things we talk about, but it's just a subtle change, right? It's a real one, but it's just subtle. So at Cap Direct, marketing and cross-pollinating is always the point. And our point is always due north, going in the right direction with what we do. It's not the deals you're closing, it's the deals that you're going to get. We always look north. Now, this point and the subtle brilliance of the simple strategies is probably going to be lost on a whole bunch of folks, but really not us at Cap Direct. Reach out to figure out what strategies you might have that you can share with us, and we can share right back. Love to talk to you. Later, skaters, and I hope this all helps. Hey, loan officers and realtors, a lot to tell you. Listen, every Tuesday and Thursday, we get together with groups of realtors and lenders, and we just talk shop and marketing and great things that we can do with our business. We call it pods. It's kind of crowdsourcing. Then Wednesdays, we do our books, sales books. Right now, Atomic Habits, which is fantastic for really maneuvering these difficult markets, but we apply it to the actions and activities of a loan officer and realtor. You can meet people in all of these groups, and it's not going to cost you anything but your time and intellect. So fill out the information down below and jump on to some of the great stuff that we offer here over at MortgageShots. My God, what are you waiting for?